All right. Welcome to the Side Dive Podcast. Breaking down this big 12 tournament for the women and the men, and then taking a look at their um, seatings in the big dance. You know who we are? The names are right there. The Demolition Man, Simon Phoenix. We'll see what my man Pipes Diggy. He got something to say. And your boy Yuck, motherfucking mouth. Yeah,
We're starting off with a bang tonight, buddy.
Yes.
yeah. You know,
That
uh,
setting the tone for tonight.
Yep. Here we go. It's tournament time. We're not messing around
yeah.
no more.
So no. And speaking of not messing around, we got some pretty good segues. Um, the Cyclone women, Big 12 champs. Go ahead, VJ. Throw that sign, Simon. Yeah, horns down, and yeah, that was a um, like we were talking about with the clone men beating Baylor the other day about the team effort. This was another one of those team efforts. It was a 61-51 win. You look at the box score and you're like, Ashley Jones had 28 points, and everybody else combined for another 33. But it was the stuff that don't show up on the stat board. I mean, first off and foremost, whoever made the decision to go to that collapsing zone, shout out to them, because Texas couldn't do shit with that. Um, they had it smothered. They had no jumpers.
No,
I mean, they looked
they were
like
horrible for
me.
three.
Yeah, I mean, they shot 3 or 14 from the three, and they weren't even really getting in position to take mid-range twos. It was just Iowa State rotated when that ball moved around, and Texas did a good job of moving the ball around, but Iowa State did a better job of moving in front of those Texas players constantly. And then when they did manage to get it inside, shots were contested.
Yeah. Texas made a concerted effort to get that ball
Pretty
inside.
simple as that.
Well,
Huh?
Oh, I mean, going into this, you worry about with Texas, it's always trying to match their physicality, and right, we collapsed that zone like you said, but I mean, every loose ball, every rebound was a battle to me, from what I saw, and I just thought we out hustled them, out physical them too, so. And then, like you were talking about the whole team deal, like a lot of the other girls didn't have great lines, but what they did have was very timely. Like hitting that big three was at the end of the third quarter, and then I thought Zingaro had a big bucket in there, and Kane had some big buckets on the inside that were just. They just kept that spread there. So, yeah.
And Emily Ryan hitting that three.
Yeah.
Emily Ryan hitting that three was like, oh, I mean, those were her only 3 points. And I mean, it was just when she took it, I was like, oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to the attacking down low. Looks like she's figure skating, pirouetting on that pivot for a layup is what I'm more used to out of her. But 7 of 17 from the 3-point line. I mean, neither team shot shit.
Yeah,
they both shot 33%. You could tell. I mean, it was a game for offensive rebounds. Iowa State had 15. Texas had 19. Overall, Texas out rebounded them by 4. I was impressed at how well Iowa State took care of the ball. Only 8 turnovers. So while forcing 14, not a whole lot of assists this game once again. But I'm gonna push that over into the nitpicking side.
Yeah,
because you won by 10. Seven players today. The girl played 9 minutes, dude played 12, and everybody else. They said when Emily Ryan went out for that injury, that was her first time being out of the game in the tournament.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Yeah, she hadn't been out, so she played all but 2 minutes of the Big 12 tournament. But yeah, Fritz, Ryan, Donarski, Jones all played 38 minutes. And I mean, what more can you say about Danae Fritz? I mean, the scrappy battler.
Yeah,
she's our enforcer, the tough girl. In there banging. I mean, 5 points, 5 boards. It was her line. And Ashley Jones did Ashley Jones thing. She put the team on her back, 28 points, 10 boards. So on the defensive side, Gaston, 9 points. That was a tough 9 points for her to get because she was getting smothered.
She got herself in foul trouble too.
Yeah. That Jones came in and played well for them. Finishing with 12 and 7. I was really impressed with that Muhammad. God damn. She was keeping them in there with her hustle. 5 offensive rebounds just for her alone. They had trouble keeping her off the board. You having technical issues, bro?
I'm good.
Are you reading something?
Oh yeah.
Your face all screwed up. And I was like, "Was he okay?" So yeah, Ashley Jones, surprise, surprise, most outstanding player. I don't think we talked about it. Actually, I don't think it had happened yet, but she hit the 3,000 point mark for a career.
Yep, just her and Brittany Griner, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously she had an extra year.
So obviously she's not gonna catch Brittany Griner unless she averages 50 points in the tournament or some shit like that. But
I hadn't realized
that
it had been since 2001 since we won it. That, I mean, obviously it makes sense with the run that Baylor was on, with Mulkey and that. But yeah, they said we played in it 6 times, and this is the first time we won it since 2001. So
yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't realize how rare the double was. They were talking about Texas getting it. I didn't realize it only happened twice, where the men and the women both won the tournament. But then again, Kansas women really haven't been.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's surprising that Baylor didn't do it.
yeah. Well, I mean, our best chance probably would have been in 2000 when we had Pfizer and Tinsley, and then the women was that like Stacey Freeze probably would have been about that time, wouldn't she? Because I think that did both teams?
Freeze,
I know.
Freeze was there in 2000. I thought Freeze was there in late 90s. I mean, it was
Yeah,
close.
I'm not positive. I know they both won the league, because that year because we have it. Isabella found this T-shirt in my closet that it was like, both men's and women's basketball champs, and she's like, she wanted that shirt, so she took that. But that must have been regular season, evidently. I don't know, but anyway.
I don't know either. I was trying to look.
What did Rory Harmon do for Texas?
Harmon had 6 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 turnovers.
Okay.
She shot 3 of 11.
Nice, because she's one of their better players too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Nice job.
Stacey Freeze would have been 2000. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
She was So I think 2000 might have been her last year.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I interviewed her when I worked at the information department.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Big 12 champs. And it didn't really give much of a bump, it seems, in the bracketology. I thought they might have been able to get up to 4, but they landed at a 5 seed. Which region?
I know that they're playing down in Knoxville.
Seattle,
I'm not sure.
Seattle 3, I think.
Oh yeah.
Seattle 3. Which I don't even really understand all that jazz.
Yeah, because there's only 2 sites, right?
Yeah.
There's like a Knoxville site and a Seattle site,
Right.
And then the Final Fours, and I suppose that's because they have all the on campus games.
Home game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they take on the Toledo Rockets, and you can fill a thimble with the amount of information I know about said Toledo Rockets. I know one thing: if they do not play good defense, they're going to get rocked. That much I know. It's going to be a bad day for said Rockets. But that being said, has anybody even looked at the bracket at all?
Yeah, I like them to get past Toledo, but I won't be dramatic and say frightened, but I am concerned about who I think they'll play after that, which will be Tennessee.
You know what's crazy is?
And Hairston, I think, are the 2.
Did you watch any of the selection show for the women?
Yeah, I'll watch some of it. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the men.
Hmm.
Never mind. I'm Tennessee men. Scratch my next thought.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, 4 or 5. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. And then you get back to that, it's Virginia Tech.
Right, Virginia Tech is no slouch.
Yeah.
I was like, Virginia Tech is no slouch with Kitley. She's like the 2-time conference player of the year out there. She's legit, but I'm telling you, it should be a fun game either way to watch them play Tennessee, because Tennessee want to get up and down. But I think it's Hairston who's 6'2", and she's like a point forward. She's good.
Yeah,
really good.
Because they played the SEC tournament championship against South Carolina, didn't they?
Yep, sure
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, they knocked off LSU by 1, I believe it was.
sure did.
Now, one thing it does not bode well in Tennessee's favor is versus top 25 teams, they are 1-8. So
they played LSU
and they just
well.
got that one.
I mean,
So
Yeah,
they just got that one. So
well, and they lost
but,
at LSU. They lost pretty. I mean, obviously LSU's really
yeah.
good, but yeah. But we're playing in Knoxville, and they're gonna have a huge crowd. I mean, they're obviously a perennial power.
Yeah.
I mean, more to the old school
Yeah.
side of it, but they're still there.
yeah.
But hey, gotta get past Toledo first, and yeah, the chances are good of that happening.
I mean, taking a quick peek at Toledo, they're 1-0 against top 25.
Who was
Their
it?
opponents, Michigan was it? No, I don't know. Let me look. Oh, I can't click on them that way. Well, their notable results. I'm going to assume it was Michigan at the time because that's listed as their notable win.
I wonder
They
if that was
lost
early. It had
to
to be
Duke.
early this season.
Probably. I lost to Duke by 17 and I lost to Northern Illinois by 1. Is notable results that's listed for Toledo. But they average 73 points a game, and they average giving up 62 points a game. I mean, they're 28-4. So now, granted, they play on the MAC.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't want to be that guy and start downplaying conferences, but mid majors in the women's game are equal to the mid majors in the men's game. It's just history. History has not been in favor of mid major lower seeds in the women's game, not like in the men's. When there's a Georgia Mason and VCUs, Murray States, and shit like that. The women's game don't have that. I mean, if you're gonna tell somebody I'm holding scratch on my women's racket, nobody's gonna scoff at you. I mean, the only people picking Toledo are some Toledo fans because the others want to win their bracket, and people who really hate Iowa State. I mean, no reason in the world, not even if I was doing a fun bracket, would I pick Toledo. Absolutely not. So, but hey, if for some reason Toledo wins, guess what? I'll be here eating my words.
Yeah, but that's what to me, that's what you have to worry. You got a team that's only lost 4 games, so they know how to win. So if they get any kind of momentum and confidence, you have to be careful. But
yeah, for real. I mean, anybody can be anybody. It's March Madness.
Right.
I just think that, we've all said we've seen Iowa State get down to way better teams than Toledo. No offense, Toledo. No offense to the Rockets fans. If there are some out there, you can at me all you want to. It ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna change the facts. But they've been down to teams way better than them and come back and did their thing. So
yeah,
I'm way more worried for the Cyclone men than I am the Cyclone women in the first round. That being said, yeah, like you said, that second round matchup is looming, and you got to play somebody in the goddamn backyard, and it's a fan base that's going to show up. I mean, we know Cyclone fans are going to get down there, but it ain't going to be like we're at home.
no.
which would have been so much better if we could have gotten that 4th seed.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That's the shit that happens when you don't win your games. if you win your games, you ain't got shit to worry about. That's all there is to it. And today today they did, but what was that? There was that stretch of games. Well, I would say it's never the consistency. It's win to lose to, win 3, lose 3. It was a bunch of that all season. It's like,
I mean, it was on the road games. You had the Kansas game on the road.
K-State, Baylor, West Virginia were 3 in a row.
State.
And then it's like you come back and you beat Oklahoma, then you lose to K-State, Baylor, West Virginia, and then you come back and you beat Texas and Baylor to then go lose to Oklahoma State. It was just an up and down season, to lose to Okie State, to beat TCU, to lose to Kansas, to beat Texas Tech, Baylor. I mean, granted, they're on a 4-game win streak right now, tournament included.
I think the Rockets are on a 16-game winning streak.
Oh yeah, obviously they're 28-40, and he was saying, I mean, in conference they must have. What did they lose one or 2 games in conference?
I thought I heard that during the
13-3. Today. I think I saw.
Okay.
I thought I heard them say that on the show today.
I just like I just like how physical we're playing right now, even against Oklahoma. You know, because you know the last few years it's like, okay, we're hitting our threes, we can beat anybody. But like you said today, they didn't hit a bunch of threes, and we out physical the team that we've always had a hard time with. So I think that's a good place to be going into the tournament.
So they lost 2 games early to Duke and Penn State. They won the first 3, then lost the next 2, and then won 7 in a row. And in that 7, they had beat number 14 Michigan by 3. Then lost to Northern Illinois. So the last time they lost was to Bowling Green back in the middle of January.
Wow.
So
Bowling
Green beat them by 12, and then they got to get back.
William
they beat Bowling Green.
The mid-major hate.
Now,
oh man!
So they've found ways to win. You know, they got a 2-point win,
okay,
4-point win
in their conference,
6-point win, a 1-point. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're finding a way to win in their conference. You know.
Strategize for Tennessee.
Dan, 2 minutes ago, he's like, we got to beat Toledo first, and now he's like,
So, I mean, shout out to Toledo, but
that's where Finley came from.
Tripping. Well, he ain't the only Rocket coach Iowa State has.
Nope.
Well, hey, we appreciate you, Toledo.
Yeah.
But we ain't fucking with you during this tournament. All right. Yeah, but thanks for the coaches. Thanks for the coaches. But yeah, you know what? Good luck next year. So With that being said, let's talk about these men's Cyclone tournament. It kind of feels like forever ago that we were
Friday
talking
night.
about them. Yeah. Well, Thursday night they played. Wait, did we talk about Baylor?
Yeah, we talked about Baylor.
Yeah, we talked about Baylor.
We did.
That's right, we did live.
Yeah,
We did it live. That's right.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. So then KU lost to KU. KU shot their ass off.
Yeah.
Which they shot as poorly against us that they did against Texas.
We must have worn them down.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, it was a shooting game.
Well, I thought the way Kansas played defense really stood out to me. The way they were recovering, and then on top of that, so you put that on top of that.
That was you might be right about the whole we took it out of them, because the defense saw on Friday night for Kansas was nowhere near. I mean, Texas could have pulled anybody off the street to go to town, because dudes were just cutting and just.
Oh,
it looked like at times Kansas didn't even know what they were doing.
The bigs were killing them.
It was nuts.
They
were Kansas was just running all. I mean, Texas was just running all through them, getting whatever they could get, and Iowa State did not. I mean, the shots that Iowa State got, it was tough.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas's shooting percentage actually went up in the second half. They shot, it was like 48%. And then their final shooting percentage was 52.
Yeah.
Well, Iowa State's was like 46% in the first half, and it dropped to 40. So there was the rub. Iowa State out-rebounded them 33-28. But fouls and turnovers. 22 turnovers.
Yeah.
You said you have 22 turnovers, and I think it was like 11 and 11. And you give that's probably why their percentage went up. Shooting percentage went up because they were needing shots with the extra turnovers. But I mean, Kansas had 17 turnovers. Iowa State just couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah. I mean, between Wilson and Grady Dick, they were finding him on those. I think our defense basically dares you to be able to make that skip pass, and then you have to be able to make that three. And Grady Dick was making those shots. So I mean,
the last time they played.
Right, exactly. Yeah, in Ames, and our bigs had our way with them in Ames. I mean, I wasn't super upset after that game. I thought Kansas just played well, and even Jeremy was over. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, Jeremy was over here watching, and he's an Iowa fan, and he just when he does watch basketball, it's Big Ten, and he was just like. He's like, yeah, that's a different breed of basketball that I've seen this year, And I'm like, you're damn right.
Oh yeah, if you're a Hawkeye fan, it is different. Yes.
So, I just came away impressed with Kansas in that game. I didn't feel bad about our effort, and I liked what.
No, I mean, effort was. I mean, from the turnovers, I mean, that was
Yeah.
obviously egregious. I mean, 22. I mean, the rest of the stat line, well, I mean, they were 69% from the free throw line. But, I mean, sometimes the ball just didn't go in.
Yeah.
when it looked like it was going to. I mean, 41%, almost 40. I mean, they're almost 42% from the three, which is better than average for Iowa State.
Yeah, well, like those alley oops we missed, you know, and then Kansas would turn around and hit one. It's just like, yeah.
So, I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah.
I hate it. Nah, fuck it, whatever. So anyway, Iowa State goes down. You know what? Robert Jones had 11 points.
Yeah. What was it from the line? I know there was one spot where he
3 of 3 from the line.
Dang, RJ.
He was 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. He had 5 boards, 2 assists, had a block, only had 3 fouls.
Yep.
I mean, shout out to him. Kalsher only had 8. He had a rough night, but they were smothering him.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting smothered. He was 3 of 12 from the field. Once again, everybody played. Even the CEO logged 2 minutes. Eli King logged 3. Shun and Ward had 12. Watson 14. Jazz 15. But Jazz was ineffective because he was in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe try to draw one less charge and to stay on the court. I mean, Jazz didn't take a shot. His stat line is literally 1 rebound and 4 fouls.
Wow.
That's the stat line for him. So 2 dudes took threes. Holmes and Kalsher. Nobody else took a 3. So they were combined 5 of 12.
It did seem like we got stagnant there. A lot of dribbling. You know, we didn't have our good ball movement that we need to do. You know, but then again, I think that had a lot to do with the way Kansas is playing deep. But, I mean, they are the number 1 team in the nation, aren't they? They're top seed.
They're top 4.
Yeah.
Who got the number 1 spot?
So they gave them the number 1 seed, didn't they?
They gave them the number 1 seed, but they
gave Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama was the number 1. Yeah.
They gave the Midwest to Houston, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like Houston only had 7 quad 1 games. You know.
And we don't know what's up with Sasser.
Like what's that?
That's true.
I mean, we don't know what's up with Sasser.
Oh, right.
I'm surprised they gave them that because they've penalized people for injuries before. But anyway, I gotta get into a whole nother topic.
True.
But going forward, somebody else. I mean, that's why I'm saying, Jazz, you got to stay on the court because we need another 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want Holmes to rely on having to be another 3-point shooter because he needs to be attacking the basket as well. So, Jazz, you got to stay on the court, man. You got to stay on the court because he picks up some ridiculous ticky-tack fouls. And it's just like, man, come on. Well, I mean, if you're going to block him, foul him, at least foul him, you know?
Yeah.
Don't let dudes get shots off if that's the goddamn case. And quit going for, I mean, Jesus. Quit hitting hit with the flop. Apparently, I've switched back to Jazz like I did last season. But I mean, him and Kalsher, can we have enough of the flop?
Dude, they
I
take so
mean,
many
y'all
charges
act like
though.
you. I understand, but they act sometimes like they got hit by a goddamn train.
Correct.
It's like
Correct.
the refs are looking for that Marcus Smart,
Correct.
Yeah.
and you're not good. They're gonna stop getting legitimate charges because of all that extra acting, and we need them on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest part about it is with no grill, you can't have Kalsher on the bench when you got no other shooters.
Yeah.
I mean, our next best shooter goes down, don't even play in Watson. I mean, yikes.
Watson, it's Watson. Damn.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing is 3-point percentage wise, Grill was number one. Then Kalsher, then Holmes, then Jazz.
And then Watson.
Actually, well, and King and Shun are ahead of him percentage wise, but they don't take enough where I even consider it. Like y'all not 3-point shooters. Nobody's ever going to confuse you all with a 3-point shooter. But so they gotta be on the court. That's what I'm going to say. So let's get into this seeding. 6th seed. Initial thought, I say is got. Well, I mean, I guess I got no problem with the seed. I hate the fact that they now got to do a play in against the Power 5 team, either Pittsburgh or Mississippi State. And I hate that team is going to have a game under them. It'd be different if we were playing 2 mid-majors or 2 low majors. Had to play one of them, but we got to play. It's like having a Big 12 SEC or Big 12 ACC challenge right now, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah. On the other side of that, I do like the fact that it's not like Charlotte or somebody where you have no idea who they are. The team, mentally the team is prepared for a Power 5 school. So I think that'd be the flip side of that.
I think we want to. I think what we want is a very closely contested match. If I remember right, Pittsburgh is a high-scoring team.
Yep.
So, I think I'd rather play Pittsburgh.
Me too, because I think we're better against teams that don't play our same style, that are physical, and I think Mississippi State's kind of like us. They're not great scoring. They're a great defensive team. So yes, I love to take our chances on slowing down other teams' guards, and disrupting things instead of us having to find other guys to score because we don't, like William just went through it. I mean, that's crapshoot. So I agree with I'd rather play Pitt too.
Well, let's see. Let's look at them. Pittsburgh's 22-11
In the ACC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blake Henson.
The average, huh?
Blake Henson's our leading scorer. He left he quit. He was at Iowa State. He quit right before the season last year. He transferred
bring on Pitt, baby.
He transferred from Ole Miss to Iowa State, and then right before
now
the
he's
season,
a second leading scorer.
he's second leading scorer. Okay.
Now he is, yeah. But they average 76 points a game. They allow 70 points a game.
There we go.
36 rebounds a game, 14 assists a game. So there's that. I want to look at something else. Where the fuck are they? Pittsburgh. Here we are. Of course, it doesn't. Yeah, that's too much figuring. Okay, so yeah, Jamaris Burton is a leading scorer, followed by Henson. They got four dudes average double-digit points. And then their rebounds by committee. They average 11 turnovers a game.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
Well, what's their shooting percentage?
The shooting percentage. They shoot 45% from the field, 76% from the free throw line, 36% from the three-point line.
Okay. I mean, can you tell ballparkish what percentage of shots come from three versus inside the arc?
From what I heard, Billis and Seth Greenberg
Well,
talking about, most of them were three, but they're mainly a three-pointing team, perimeter team.
Okay. And mainly, and they shoot 36 as a team, huh? They must have a couple cats that are over 40 then.
really? Because they shot. Yeah. They're probably about 40-something% of their shots are threes.
Wow. Okay.
They've shot 1,900 overall shots, and 800, almost 850 of those have been threes.
Yeah.
So they're sitting around 40. I can do quick math.
I'm on their stats
on my
now. So
calculator.
Greg Elliott shoots 42% from three. Freaking Blake Henson, 38.4% from three-point range.
So 44% of their shots are threes.
Okay.
Well, so you're over there. I'm gonna go look up Mississippi State. Now, Jeff Borzello has Mississippi State winning that game.
Okay.
West Virginia kicked the crap out of.
And then he has Iowa State beating
early
Mississippi
season.
State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I'm going to pull up Mississippi State. They finished 21-12. They average 65 points a game and allow 61.
Oh.
Similar stats to rebounding and assists to Pitt. But shooting wise, yeah, they're a lot less percentage of their shots are threes.
I can tell you right now.
34% of their shots are threes.
Okay. If Blake or Greg Elliott get the ball, the majority of the time it's from three-point range when they shoot. That Greg Elliott is
Mississippi State must play a smothering defense if they're only giving up 60 points a game.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. I looked at some of the defense.
They only have one double-digit scorer. Tolu Smith is their double-digit score. 6'11", 245 forward. He has no 3-point percentage, so there's that. And apparently he's Shaq at the line because he shoots 59% at the line.
Ouch.
So I guess they go as far as he goes.
Their coach is being rumored for. Evidently, he came from Wichita State. He must have worked under Greg Marshall, but he's rumored for that job
to be hitting there.
So that could factor into players here and stuff. I don't know. Probably not easy.
Well, if Iowa State does what they're supposed to do, I think they should beat both of those teams. I still hate the seeding. I still hate the fact that they got a play-in game, but you know what? Shit is what it is. So
you think it's an advantage? So you think it's an advantage that those teams are playing the week before, or
2 days before.
2 days before.
Yeah.
So you think that's an advantage?
I do when it's a team that's experienced against playing Power 5 teams. I think it's going to be a little bit of an advantage that Iowa State's been off since Friday. It hasn't had a real game. Granted, Iowa State could use some rest, but at the same time, the other team is also, I don't know how they did in their tournament. Pittsburgh or Mississippi State, but they've had time.
Because I think
as well.
Every time this year that we've had the extra game or the longer week, we played well. So I like that. Do you think those teams? Those teams pretty much. They don't do any Iowa State prep. Do you think?
Probably. I'm sure they glance at it. Yeah.
I like the opportunity. Iowa State has to. But Iowa State has an opportunity to spend more time planning to play either one of these teams.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
I just asked, what do you think those two teams do any Iowa State prep at all, or do you think they're just concentrated on that first game?
Oh, they have to concentrate on that first game. You have to.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I think the concentration. You look at it. Everybody does that. It's a playoff time. You're going to have a certain set of people who are game planning Iowa State as well.
Right. But you don't put any time into it with the players though, right?
Not until after that game is over.
Right.
Yeah. Right. At this point in time,
Mississippi State.
I was gonna say at this point in time, there's going to be a coach is going to install some new offense or something like that. So,
right.
Yeah, everyone knows what everyone's going to do.
I think it's hard to simulate what we do to practice for as far as what it's actually like in game time.
No, that I'll agree with because the defense, which I don't like, is different, and it is hard to plan for that. It is hard if you need to make some small tweaks to your offense, which has to happen around this time based off the style of defense you're going to play against. Yeah, that's tough to simulate and practice, and it's tough to actually truly understand what you have to do. Outside of that, it does come down to not only how good of a coach you are, but just playing basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah. Plus, neither one of them gets to go back home to prepare either, do they? I would assume you win that game and you go from Dayton to Knox to we're in Greensboro to Greensboro. So.
Yeah, you don't get time.
Which is almost probably better. I wouldn't want to go home. If I was out, I'd rather just stay out
Yeah.
and go on and get to where I'm at, get settled in there
Mhm.
instead of going home, then getting comfortable and then having to uproot and go. Yeah. So all that being said, you both would prefer to play Pittsburgh?
I think so.
I would.
Because they don't sound. I mean, they're a perimeter team, obviously. I assume they don't like a bunch of physical play. Do they go? I assume if they're a perimeter team, they don't go to the line a lot. So
I do think they will take advantage of us laying them along the baseline to hit somebody outside.
yeah,
But in that regard, I forgot who I mentioned earlier, but you're just chasing those cats off the 3-point line at that point.
yeah. I wonder what their point guard's like. Because like Friday night, I thought Dwan Harris had a hell of a game against us. So yeah, who knows? But and they still had. What did you say? They had 17 turnovers still, William. Kansas did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. I haven't taken a deep dive. I sure as hell. I think I'd still rather play Mississippi State. Honestly, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Ohio State don't have a playing game, so we're officially one of the 64.
yep.
That's that other team's problem.
We're not North Carolina.
Damn.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's one thing. Is like you see that, and to where 2 years ago we didn't win a conference game, and now we're back-to-back tournaments. Sometimes you take it for granted. But hell, I mean, North Carolina played in the championship last year, and they brought all those guys back, and now they're not even in the tournament.
Well, given the same option, I'd take that shit.
If
you told me Iowa State was going to be in the championship this year and going to be ass next year, I'm like, okay, bring the toilet paper. We can be ass next year.
We wouldn't be doing a podcast bitching and moaning. Well,
we would, but you know what? We still be harking back to the fact that we was in the national championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Yeah, I mean, right now we're fishing for Big 12 championships.
Yeah.
North Carolina's fishing for national championships. I'd rather be in their shoes than ours, quite frankly. But that's a whole other.
Hey, baby steps. 2 years in a row in the tournament. Just keep that going. Then you can worry about the next steps.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good place to end this before I start talking shit. I've already dropped a couple of F-bombs.
I was gonna say you started out the first minute all fired up. And might as well go out with a bang too.
No, we gonna save it. We're gonna save it.
What do you think about Xavier, though? We didn't talk about that. We talked about the possible next round for the women, but what about the possible next round for the
men? Xavier and who?
Iowa State. Oh, well, they play. I mean, I assume they're gonna beat their 6. I can't remember who Xavier had.
Who are they playing?
6. I can't remember off the top of my head. Kennesaw State, is that right? Oh no, they're the 16.
Kennesaw State.
Let's say,
Xavier's gonna be a goddamn problem.
yes.
I mean, I've watched Xavier playing Creighton. Xavier's gonna be a goddamn huge problem for whoever.
Oh yeah.
For Kennesaw State, for Iowa State, Mississippi State, and Pittsburgh, and for Texas A&M, Penn State, or Texas, they're gonna be a problem. They bother the hell out of me.
I just remember last year. That's all I know.
I bet you Iowa sure as hell wishes they had Nunji back.
Yeah,
because he's been a bitch for that damn Big East.
Doesn't he have to be like a 7-year player now? Didn't he? I just remember he blew out his knee, and I think he was already a red shirt. And he probably took a COVID year too. He's got to be way up there.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that next round is extremely concerning. I think I'm maybe more concerned for the men in the second round than I am for the women because I've seen Xavier get hella explosive, and they got their inside game is way better than Iowa State's inside game. So, yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, 25-9. I mean, like I said, in the Big East tournament, I watched them beat the holy hell out of Creighton. I mean, they beat Creighton like Creighton stole something.
What
we was in a foreign country.
Is Creighton a 6 also? Is Creighton a 6 also? I can't.
Yeah.
Remember. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was an ugly ass game for Creighton. But I mean, they average 81 points a game. Xavier fill it up.
Well, they lost in the tournament championship to Marquette, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marquette's another scary ass team.
Yeah, Marquette.
But yeah, I mean, Xavier, they got 5 dudes averaging double figures.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, they shoot 40% from the 3 and 50% from the field. So their weakest spot is at the free throw line. But
really?
19 assists a game. You know. Yeah, no. I'm pulling for Kennesaw State. I don't want no parts. I want no parts of Xavier.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. So there we have it, folks. Side Eyes Podcast. Shout out to those Big 12 champions. Yes. Iowa State Cyclone women. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, they got a championship in basketball.
Got his trombone
out. All right, so so men are Friday at 2, and the women are when?
I hadn't seen a time for the women yet, or I don't remember what day.
No, it'll be Friday at 2:30.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably.
That seems to be the popular thing to do with Iowa State men and women, is to put them right up on top of each other. Phrasing. Doesn't say. What day's the 18th?
Oh shit, that's Saturday, isn't
Like,
it?
yeah, it's got the,
Yeah,
I
Saturday.
got the. Okay, so they're playing on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So no conflicts of interest this time. So you know how we do. You know how we get out of here. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.